Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Brad. Good morning, DJ Mike. Good morning, Marty. How are you? Welcome back, Matthew. Good to see you. All right, guys, we got 3 minutes. Let's get the show on the road. And let's take a quick look at the market right now and what has been happening overnight. A massive rally, as we can all see. We came very close to the whole number, which is 300, and we got faded. So we came up to that level, and we could not close, and the number that we needed to kind of break above is 98.5. Market came in and held that level. We got 3 minutes. Ultimately, we have to kind of push up there and close above it in order for the continuation of that trendy behavior that we've been having right now. Okay, so if we end up failing to do that and end up being traded under 240, well, that will shift the personality of the market in this morning. Okay, so that's an important level for us to see happen in the first 10 minutes or so of the cash market behavior. Okay, when I look at the 200 and the 100, both of them are in sync and in harmony on the long side. So far, that is the direction we're looking at long, and we're looking for a target of 98.5 and a break of 300. This market is very susceptible for a pullback due to this current behavior up at these levels. So I'm going to be conscious and waiting to see if that's going to happen this morning. Here we go, cash market open. We got 1 minute, and we're getting a burst of energy down and a push in price action. ES, very similar behavior. We're about to hit target number 5, and we got faded. Still a long behavior. If I look at the 50 NT Renko, the next target is 5229.5. We have a harmony zone number 1 of 217 by 14 to support price action, and 10 by 7 as well. And we're heading toward that 29.5 level. It's more pronounced. It's a lot more pronounced, the strength in ES versus NQ. NQ is weaker relatively speaking. So first 15, 20 minutes, obviously we're gonna hold on. Here we go. Cash market open. Good luck, everybody. I am lucky in money and in trading. So let's get the show on the road and get it done. Here we go. And target is about to be hit. We actually hit it and paused from it. I mean, to the tick. They hit that target to the tick. We should close above it here shortly. We should. Good morning, Marty. Good morning. Greg, good morning. That's amazing that they get here and they don't close above it. That's just... Yeah, here we go again. Here we go. Okay, so we hit that target. That's good. Now, next target is 323.5. Harmony zone number 1 shifted to 273 by 63 and 48 by 38. Pullbacks are buyable. We will reevaluate the longs if we break anything under 260. Next target again is 323. ES is moving to its target of 229. ES is stronger than NQ. Let's go. And here we go. A push. 323 coming up. $323 coming up. Boom. 323 is hit. Next target is 348.5. 348.5. Harmony zone number 1 shifted again to 298 by 288, 273 by 263. These are the support levels. We'll reevaluate the longs if we break anything under 285. Next target is 348.5. We should be expecting a bit of a fade here, but we'll see. The longs are very strong. ES hit its target. The next target in ES is 235.75. And we're looking at a harmony zone number 1 is 223 by 220, 17 by 14. Pullbacks are buyable. All right. So we're seeing a lower high that the market just put out there, okay? So that's just them trying to pause the market right here. So we have to be very conscious of That 285, we don't want to see that happen if you're long. There's a trend going on here, and let's see. Come on, baby. Here we go. All right, so what is that telling me right here? It's telling me that 10 to 300 has to hold right here. Okay, so these pullbacks need to not violate that area and just continue to make higher lows and push. And we're seeing that happen right now. You have a target of 348. We need to see that, and it's coming up. I mean, we're gonna see that happen here. As long as we do not break that 10 to 300 and ultimately the 285. So we had a breakout here at 327, and they're slow and fading. Okay, that's a little bit fast. That whole segment between 35 to 26, and they're coming back to rebuy it. That's good to see. ES had a one candle reversal. Yeah, there's a little bit of selling coming in here, and it's a little bit more forceful. So just watch your longs, really. I mean, we have a target of 348, but we went from 100 to 300 overnight. 328. So just be careful. So up here is all scalping. Yeah, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean 6. Yeah, we're gonna fade. They're gonna fade it. That's what they're doing right here. We broke this channel. They're gonna bring it in and try to retest the whole number. Just watch your longs. The overall structure of the market is still long, but there's a pocket of distribution that's happening right now. The market still in sync on the long side. The longs need to protect the whole number and 285. I mean, they faded it just slightly. I was expecting a little bit bigger fade, be honest with you, but we'll see. Sayed, good morning. Steven. Good morning, Steven. How are you, buddy? Good to see you. If we break 318, that will set the stage for a pullback, and we're not doing that. So that would be a price we need to avoid, and our target remains 348. there's another price here. Yeah, that 17. So basically 19 and 17 half. Those two levels, if we break them, we're going to establish a captain setup short on the 50 NT wrinkle, and that would be uh, a decent distribution level where we could see 300 and potentially 285. So you really don't want to see the 217 half if you're long. So that could be a scalping stop for price action. Okay, so we should be going up here. I don't want to see 17 half. Don't want to see 17 half. Target is 348 half. You don't want to see 17 half. What we're seeing also here is their capacity to absorb any selling. So this distribution, it's undeniable. It's just they're like a sponge taking it all in. So that 17 idea is with this break took a pause. Double switch trade long up there. Here we go. Target is about to get hit. 348 half. That's the target we're looking for. 348 half. Longs are strong. Good morning, Sayed. Good morning. All right. So you see how close we are to that actual target, and then them doing that one candle reversal. If that one candle reversal holds, you're gonna get more distribution here. Wow. They're putting a switch trade here. That would be a problem. Yeah, we're gonna flush here a little bit. Here we go. Yeah, if we get another push here at 31, we're gonna have flush, guys. So just watch out. Just watch out. There's distribution going on here. What the hell? That is some noise up here. A six-prong captain setup that they just built up. Wow. Yeah, there's distribution going on up here, but the longs are swallowing just about everything that they throw at it. So unless you break the 30, you this thing will close at 48 and move on to the next target. And target is hit. Next target is 373. Zone number one is 323 by 313. 98 by 88 is zone number two. We'll reevaluate the longs if we break anything under 310 and or 300. Pullbacks are buyable in this environment. The longs are the dominant force. And we're moving on to 373 and a half. ES is continuing its upward momentum. There's no relative weakness. ES is a lot stronger actually, and 235.75 is our target on ES. Zone number one is 223, excuse me, by 220, and 17 by 14 is zone number two. And those are the support areas. We will reevaluate the longs in ES if we break anything under 220. Yeah, you probably would be good, Matthew. I mean, your ticket is 330 and 310. You break those, then your trade is gonna really pick up some steam. See that formation right here is going to be a very protective formation here. So it's a 330. That's where the captain setup happened. Six-prong captain setup. So if they sell that level, and see how they're defending it right now, they're trying to defend it. Oh yeah, look at that. Defended it and failed at defending too. So now we're gonna come up to support level number one here. That 325, 313. Hey, Omer, good morning, buddy. Yeah, I mean they're coming. Some of the sellers are coming in. We broke the channel. We broke the captain setup. We have two switch trades in a row. We're coming up to a harmony zone number one, which is support. You're getting ES that's getting faded a little bit here. Good morning, Palaki. Good morning. So we have a channel, and that channel broke right here, right? So now if we go up to 350 and get faded again, then that's a sign that the market is stopping up here. And then you're really looking at a 320 break and a 310 break, and that will solidify the pressure that we're seeing up here. And we can look for a bit of a retracement in market and price action. The amount of distribution here is crazy. Here we go. Let's go. We should be getting to 25 here in a few seconds. Let's go. Yeah, the amount of distribution that they just did up here was just crazy. So we're gonna get to 210 here in a second. Yeah, that 350 is looking real nice, Matthew. Yeah, here comes the 310. So what's happening here is the market is disconnecting. There's a lot of distribution, and the ticket to all of this is the break below the 330. That when that happened, you're basically the whole run up from this captain setup is getting rolled over. Okay, that does not mean that the longs are completely done here, but there's a lot of distribution going on. There's some selling pressure coming in. The market between the 200 and the 100 NT Rincos are out of sync. So that is a two-sided market, and a segment of sellers are coming in with force. We're breaking harmony zone number 1, which is support. Now we're back in the neutral zone. And what we're getting here is a two-sided market, okay? And there's a leg of sellers that are active. All sellers here are scalping only. Unless we break 273, then it becomes a swing trade at that point. Yeah, Brad. I mean, that's what I was seeing that. I was like, man, they're just, if you look deeply into that candle and see how many tries they had to break it higher, and they just constantly failed and failed and failed and failed. So this area right here and this area is going to be the ticket for the shorts to hold. And as long as they hold that 40 to the 30, you're really going to push to test the 300. So we're getting a lot of distribution here. The longs need to break above 340 in order for them to start recouping and recovering. So in the next 15-20 minutes, and if they fail to do that, you're gonna push lower. The longs are not done, so you have this zone right here, and we're coming up. Most likely, we're gonna come up on it here in a minute. This, and typically the natural progression of price action is, okay, you break this, you come up to this level, you may break it even a little bit lower, then come back and retest. You know, first touch reaction, that typically is the behavior here. So shorts are scalps, and the swing trade long is still active, but there's a pockets of sellers controlling the narrative right now. So let's keep reading through it. Okay. Here comes the sellers. And here comes the buyers back in. So we should expect that push back up to the 314. And here comes the early signs of it, at least. Boom. It sets clockwork. I mean, that's what they do here. Is somebody talking here? Okay, here we go. Matthew Peters. Okay, so we got Ravindra. Good morning, Ravindra. I guess you had your mic on. It's muted now. Good morning, Ravindra. Yeah, so that's what I expected to happen at this level, is them coming to it and bouncing right back up. Didn't quite run up to the 313, but I mean, they most likely will consolidate this for a little bit before they make a decision. And here comes another attempt at it. A better stop is 41, be honest with you, Matthew, because you want to give them that range. But you know, if it gets to 31, it's most likely it's going to get to 41. But here comes 9 o'clock. Top of the hour, they're defending as they should. Oh yeah, well yeah, that's you gotta protect that puppy. You gotta protect that one. All right, so far they're bouncing it to the middle of the middle of the neutral zone. They're not even going up to that level. I mean, that tells me there's a lot more weakness here. But you typically will get, like 9 out of 10, you will get a price that will come to this level, then bounce back up to that level. Then it will make a decision where it wants to go. Okay, so far what they've been doing is just coming in to the middle of the range in this neutral zone and just getting faded back in, and that tells me there's a lot of sellers stepping in. The expectation is to get this, then to get that, then get that. Marty, how we doing, buddy? All right. Okay. So they're doing a little bit better here. That's a good idea, bro. That's a good idea, Matthew. Just in case they want to get cute and run it to 320, 325. So we have channel number 2 established. Okay. All right. So that's channel number 2. Basically, what that means that any break above 310 will get us back into the 25. And we're testing harmony zone number 1 at that point. And as long as we continue to be under the 310, then the shorts will gather more momentum. There's a captain set up long on the 40 NT Rinko that established itself at 303. So, and it ran it up to the 310. This is an area where this is the natural course of action is this, this, then the market will make a decision, and that move down here to up here, then down here. So basically, this is an area of consolidation, if anything. Well, good job, Matthew. Good job. AKU, good morning. How are you? And boom. That's what they're supposed to do. That's what they're supposed to do. That's what they typically do. Now the market's back in sync on the long side. Yeah, good job, Mike. Yeah, I mean it's the natural order in things is for them to, you know, rarely do you see them do the following. Is they go slice through harmony zone number 1, go and slice right through harmony zone number 2 and not pause and do what they just did. It just it would be 1 out of 10 that they actually do that behavior. So what we expected to happen here is that, what we were been talking about is them coming into that level, harmony zone number 2, which is 98 by 88, pause, retrace back to harmony zone number 1, and typically, you see that, then you see a pullback, then you see a conclusion to that move. Market is running up through harmony zone number 1, which tells me that the longs are back. So now what does that mean? That means you have the 300 as a very, very solid level between the 300 and the 85. So from here on, that whole zone, including harmony zone number 2, is your stop for any long and any signal to the long side that we will see. Okay? So that's the line in the sand in this market. And if I was paying a little bit closer attention, I would have seen this. I don't know why I didn't see that one, but you see this? That's a captain setup switch trade on the 40 NT Rinko. Omer, I don't know if you took advantage of that one, because that one was just a solid one with an entry at 9, but that was a signal to go long. I wasn't paying attention to that chart. That's beautiful. So, back to that idea, that is going to be a pivot point for the rest of the day. This zone and that formation on the 40 NT Rinko. So that 08 to the 86 with this captain switch trade, this is going to be a pivot point protecting any long for the rest of the day. Any short that needs to be active needs to take out this area. See, that was a good cover, Matthew. That was a good cover. You want to give it a little bit more time. Let them make a high and a lower high, DJ. Let them make a high and a lower high, because I mean there's momentum on the upside here, so you want that momentum to be blunted. You'll get a better move on a high and a lower high. So yeah, I mean, the 60-61, it's pulling back. ES, you're looking at 52.35.75. That's our target. Harmony zone number 1 is 223 by 220, 17 by 14. It's harmony zone number 2. Reevaluate the longs if we break anything under 220. We're getting a little bit of a fading behavior here, some selling pressure, but the 200 and the 100 are in sync on the long side. Pullbacks are buyable till proven otherwise. In NQ, 310 and 300 needs to hold. Needs to hold. All right, I'll be back. Just gonna get some water here. back. Target is 373, right? We talked about that. We're hitting target 373. We should be able to hit that one up here. Target is hit. Next target is 398 and a half. 398 and a half. Harmony zone number 1 shifted to 348 by 338. Zone number 2 is 323 by 13. Pullbacks are buyable. We have we'll reevaluate the longs if we break anything under 335, and we're looking for 398. How is everybody doing so far? Across the board, Brad, DJ, Greg, Marty, Matthew, Mike, Palaki, Ravindra, Sheila, Stephen, Syed. AKU, I did a couple of accounts with Top Step, and I got paid on one of them. I think your question is, does anybody get paid from Top Step? And the answer to that, it's a reputable company, and it's known to be a legitimate, and it pays anybody that goes through their program. Go through Apex. Apex is also a reputable company. They pay you. If you had an issue with name spelling and stuff like that, then just go through them. Well, don't give it a try. Get it. I mean, like, that's your money right there that you're due. Just send. There's tech support is responsive. Explain it to them, and I feel like that process will resolve itself. All right, Steven, good job. So what are we getting here? I mean, everything's lined up on the long side. Pullbacks are buyable. See right here, we broke we broke that downward channel, and we established this upward channel, right? Like AKU, I wouldn't jump ship basically from to Top Step, even though Top Step is a decent company. I wouldn't jump ship because there's an issue with a payout. Just work through it. That they'll resolve it for you. We're getting a distribution here. I get it. So we're retesting harmony zone number one. We'll reevaluate the longs if we break anything under 335. So AKU, uh, like I have Apex accounts. I have earn to trade account. So a lot of us will will have accounts in multiple companies, funding companies. So this way, you have diversity and you're not just locked into only 20 accounts. So it's not a bad idea for you to look at Top Step Trader, Earn to Trade. That's another company that I deal with. And just so have Apex, have Earn to Trade, have Top Step, and copy your trades across all of them. All right, so right here, a close at 48 would put a switch trade. They're testing harmony zone number one. So they came to harmony zone number 1 and they just bounced it right back up. That's good to know. ES. Let's talk about ES. ES target is 52.42, and we have harmony support zone of 29 by 26. Then 23 by 20 is harmony zone number 2. Pullbacks are buyable with a target of 52.42. Oh, okay. So what we're seeing here, okay, so they hit harmony zone number one, support, ran it up, but the run up is getting faded at the top end of the break. So what they've done here, and that's worth. So they broke the channel right here, came to support, then now they're retesting the break at a higher price. Okay, so what should be the expectation here? The expectation here with a lower high like this is if you break 57.75, that you're going to come back to this zone to retest it. So a second attempt at that zone. Ultimately, the 200 and the 100 are in sync on the long side, and we got a 98 target. But what we're getting here is early signs of distribution. So you got this channel, you broke it. You broke it, you tested support, bounced back. At the same time, you never broke back into that channel. We haven't. Okay, so we need higher prices in order for that to happen. So if you constantly make a high here, then a lower high, so you make this high, then you make a lower high, then that tell me that the market is gonna go do this for a while. Okay, so really we got to break that 380 in the next few candles, or otherwise we're gonna go into a consolidation phase in this market. Shingo, good morning. I mean, MKO, good job, man, on the payouts. At the same time, if you over focus on them, that will throw you off. You just go back to the basics. The basics is process. Look at your process. Double, sorry, double captain set up short on the 30 NT Rinko. Yep. That's a thank you, Omer. That's a distribution pattern up here, and it's a strong one. And we broke that number. So what you're gonna look here, look at that. Captain set up short, another captain set up short with a lower high. So basically, you have scalping opportunities on the short side. Yeah, 7 is about to follow. So we should see a little bit of distribution and a push. This push can take us to 50, and then you got 35 after that. So there's a scalping opportunities on the short side that are presenting itself. And if we break anything under 54, that's going to be an issue. 53, that's going to be an issue. Meaning that will speed up the push toward the 30s. Yeah, you close this candle at 58. We're gonna get some momentum to the downside, guys. 58. All right, I'm gonna take a scalping version of this trade. I mean, it's really, here we go, boom, boom. I should have held on to it a little bit longer, but yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's like 2 points. Nah. Yeah, the entry is 58. Target is in below 50. Captain set up short on the 70 NT Rinko. I'm looking for rallies as a shorting opportunity against that high of the day of 380. Multiple distribution patterns in the form of captain set up shorts between 76 and 68. So I'm looking for rallies to short into this market on a scalping basis, and let's get it done here. Man, MKO, man, we're gonna do this together, buddy. And thank you for being part of the family here. We'll do it together. Yeah, so we're seeing this. Yeah, I'm expecting a bit of a bounce off harmony zone number one, and I want to use that bounce to get me in a trade. So let's take a quick look because this is going to be very important. All right. So from the 30 NT Rinko, you got double captain setup shorts. We talked about those. We talked about the 35 being a target to this distribution. Then to add to it, we have a 70 NT Rinko captain setup. After you flushed, after you flushed, after you flushed the shorts out with this move above 53. So the expectation is to see a push toward the 300 based on the structure. So I'm going to be looking at rallies against that high to short me on a scalping basis. Hi, that's actually a very good point. It's my wife for me, and I hold myself accountable as well. But that's always a great idea. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, I think you'll get more, Matthew, this type of trade, you'll get a whole lot more than just 42, by the way. I mean, this has the potential of getting to 300 and really reverse the structure of the market. So if you can have a trailer that will you can keep for a bigger target, I think that'll do you real well. Just make sure you. I mean, obviously, I gotta tell you, you just make sure you pocket some money along the way. Yes, Stephen. I mean, along the way, I'm gonna answer it for you. There's some certain setups that do that, where you can basically reverse a stop, right? Like a captain setup failure. If the captain setup fails, that's a stop that you can flip into, you know, the other side of the market. Switch trades that become captain setups. That's another one where the stop becomes a signal. So those two things are what I would use to use a stop as a confirmation to go the other side of the market. You break 46. Damn. Mm, yeah, that may be. All right, so they're bouncing back up here, and we're looking at this bounce to short into this market. $55, you gotta close that 55. Here it comes. Here you go. Now break below 40 is what we want to see. Break below 40. Yeah, we need to see a break below 40, and it's going to happen. There you go. You should see a burst of energy here. Just too many things working here on the short side. I mean, that's just basically what's going on. Let's see another run back up with a lower high, because they're gonna try to defend that 40, right? So they're gonna bounce it back up a little bit, and we want to see if they can make a lower high, and that will be an entry. The double captain setup on the 30, then you got a captain setup short on the 70. All of it is a congestion area for price action. So they're now the market is entering the stair step pattern lower, and we may even see price action go to harmony zone number 2, which is 23 by 13. That is a target. I mean, they bounced it right back up here, but it's not even, they didn't even put two candles together. They put a switch trade, and that's weak. You got a captain set up short on ES. So what does that mean across the board? That means that the high of 237.5 is a stop to any short that you take here. And if that holds, then we're going to see a bigger push in NQ. The only issue that I see in ES is we're in the middle of the range, and that tends to be noisy. So just be careful here. I rather wait and see a run up in NQ to get short into. ES still holding. That captain set up short. So, Steven, you see this rotation right here. You see how they put a switch trade. So basically, that close of 46 and a quarter, 46 and a half. If the market flipped and closed there, that would have been a captain setup. So a short here would have had a stop at 46 and a quarter, and then you can flip the trade into the long and take advantage of the push up. So that's kind of to answer your question. Another switch trade right here. Yeah, they're walking this thing down. Omer, did you jump in on any of the stuff or no? See, that's a captain setup. Okay, see how they do that. We should be punching up a little bit here. Okay, that's good. See that captain set up long, so they're gonna punch it up a little bit, and we're gonna look into that to look for scalping short. The stops to that scalping short is you have a 62 and a 71. They didn't fill you on that captain. Yeah, that was. Yeah, they're defending it. Okay, so here we go. I mean, that's an entry to for the short, but it's running into this captain setup, and I don't want to be going against that captain setup. So I'm leaving it alone and giving the market a little bit more time to sort itself out. Let's go, let's go. Here we go. That's good to see. That's good to see. See, I mean, okay. Like right here, it's a pivotal point. They're gonna try to defend this captain setup, but it just really looks weak. Yeah, the short was not a bad choice for up there. I don't like to go against captain setups. Yeah, the 40 in Rinko. I mean, yeah, that's a switch trade right there. That's a switch trade. So that is a 48 close that will put a captain setup. So basically, any rally that we see up here cannot close anything under 48. Well, forget it because they. There you go. There you go. So now we are going into this rotation where they are digging into into Harmon zone number 2, which is support, and we should see a little bit of a bounce back up here to defend. Yeah, they should push it up. So back to where they touch this, they run it back up to 40 and come back in for another round of selling. So we're looking at these rotations. Like you cannot go below 310. I mean, you start breaking 310, then that's just going to change things. But this zone right here, it's a typical zone where they bounce it right back up. Yeah, 5 contracts mini on NQ Shingo, it's a lot. It's a lot. That make you perk up a little bit. Especially on a 25 on a $50,000 account. I mean, forget it. Not only did we have that captain set up on ES short, but we had it with a switch trade, and that made that signal even stronger. Yeah, the sellers are coming in hard here, guys. Like right here, the expectation between 23 and 13 is to see a bit of stability. We're breaking the 10. It's almost like the last line of defense here. They gotta protect this. Go to the 18. Yeah, we should push up a little bit here. 1875. Here comes the 18. It should at least. Nah. They're struggling. They're struggling, guys. They're struggling here. They're struggling. Boom. Now, that's a big deal here. Now, on a swing trade basis, the market is putting a topping behavior. I mean, we recognized it early on, right? We recognized it here. That initial break and initial test. And then we took a short right there. We're looking for a short here. Even that one was a short. And now rallies are shortable on the swing trade basis. We have a target of 273.50 as a target. We have zone number 1 as resistance at 323 by 333. And the second one is 48 by 58. We're looking for rallies to short into with bigger targets at 73. That holds, then we gonna, I mean, if that gets hit, then we have a target of 50 and the whole number 200. We'll reevaluate the shorts if we break anything above 340. So we have those huge distribution patterns that we saw from the double captain setup and the 70 NT Rinko captain setup. So we saw all that. You cannot break like the 50s and the 60s. Like if we start doing that, that shifts the personality back in. So as long as that doesn't happen, I'm gonna start looking for the shorts. They're struggling here. They're struggling. They're struggling. So meaning here it comes. Yep. We should see momentum come in here quick. Another push below that 12 will start picking up some steam. Yep. Here comes. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go to the 10. 10, 10, 10, and out here. I'll take from 7 to 10. That's 7 points. Has potential to be a bigger trade, be honest with you, but I'm just going to take the scalping version of these trades for now till I see bigger moves happening. Another switch trade, and we're starting to see a little bit of momentum. Mr. Dev, thank you very much, brother. Like right there, what I needed to see, like, and that was got me out of that trade is just like I needed to break below that trend line, and they usually pause it. So, and it's right here's a scalping environment, and I needed to kind of just take my profits and just go. Now they're putting the captain setup. So what's happening here? You see this pattern? Let's draw that one. See how they put the captain setup, ran it up to the middle of the range, came back down. They're doing something similar to it right here. So as long as we don't break the 330 and the 336, another rotation here, will break lower. They're trying to protect the 300, so you're getting this a little bit of this buying interest that comes in ahead of a whole number. But eventually, this will just burst right through all of it. So as long as we don't see 330, this should go. Potential captain setup short. Captain setup short on ES is about to happen here. So that will be a catalyst for this break in NQ. Here it comes. We should see it burst. They may have one more rotation up before they do it, but it's the gathering. The market is gathering, and it's gonna go. See how quickly that happened? It's just sunshine when they go. Here you go. There you go. The question is why I'm not in it. Sometimes I just love to read the market just for the sake of reading the market, So that was a big money trade, actually. Anybody jump in on the short side here or no? Yeah, it's hard to be a machine, but we can follow the machine. We can follow them. I mean, we can understand what they were doing, right? Like you understand the market repeats itself. It does repeat itself, and that repetition right here, it was just clear. You put a captain setup, you run it to the middle of the range, then you fade it and trap everybody, because people will see this. The majority of traders, when they see this, they see a double bottom on a 1 minute. So they run it up just a little bit to trap as many longs before they fade. They do that a lot in a trending short market. So they did the same exact behavior right here. I mean, I took that short from 17 to set to 10, and I waited. They put a captain setup, and they repeated this pattern here a lot, exactly like they did it to that. The only difference is the weakness. They did not push it that hard. They only pushed it like 2 candles versus here they pushed it 5. But the pattern is the same. It's a trap. You got to see that trap coming. I get it. They don't understand it. We're seeing the price action slowing down here a tad bit. So far, it's almost 11 o'clock right here. These are the decisions we made so far. We're taking it light on a Monday, but we got 212 after commission on being short, and this is where we at. That's the 212, and that's where we at on equity. So now, when we're looking at this market, what are we seeing? What are we seeing? I mean, they flushed everybody down here. They're backing and filling. On ES, you have two levels that you need to watch for, and that's gonna really kind of assist NQ in whatever it's trying to do. Captain set up switch trade, so that's a formation. That's short formation. Then you got another one right here, which is a captain setup short. So that formation puts these levels as resistance and a solid resistance, which is between the 32 all the way up to 37. So if the market runs up in this box and gives us short signals, that will be the continuation trade to the short side in both NQ and ES. And preferably, you know, we should here we go. Here we go again toward that 300. Yeah, there is a captain set up short on the 30 in Tirinko. Yeah, Mike, you did pass the evaluation. What did you do? You must have went big on one trade or something. Oh, really? You don't say. You you have to go to your dashboard on your Apex. So part of your sign up process is you going to the dashboard and signing up there. So that will show your account and all that stuff, but it's not gonna update till tomorrow. So what's gonna happen is they're gonna send you an email telling you passed, and then they're gonna ask you for more money because that's the way it works. And once you pay that money, then you have a funded account and you're ready to make some more money. But congrats, man. Good job. I want to know what you did to get there. Careful and aggressive. Okay. Careful and aggressive. Captain set up short on the 30 into Rinko. Shorts are in charge and they're showing rotations and they're coming in and they're selling. The selling, just remember the target that we talked about. Target is 273.50 on NQ. No, no, no. Because Apex is running the special for 80% and also 1 day pass. Meaning that if you today make like you did 3,500 going crazy, then you just simply pass. And then tomorrow you'll get, or tonight you'll get that email and you're on your way. Oh, 2 days? Okay. All right. So take you a couple of days. Good job, man. Good job, Mike. We should push lower to that 90. Let's see if we can get to the 85 target on a flush. And we're picking up some momentum and speed here. 85, here we go. Good deal. Yeah, that was a switch trade right there. That was pretty. And the 85 is a natural course for that one. Good job, Steven. Good work. Remember, slow, focused, and relaxed. And make your 100, make your $200. Stop for the day. Build up a habit of winning, 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 winning. And you eventually get there. That is true. So we came very close to our target, and target was 273, right? We got very, very close. How did we do, Brian? Yeah, selling pressure coming back in. The target of 273 is the next target of this rotation. Hey Samuel, how are you, buddy? Target is hit. Next target is 248.5. Rallies are shortable. Harmony zone number one shifted to 298 half by 308. And harmony zone number two is 323 by 333. Rallies are shortable. We'll reevaluate the short if we break anything above 315. Hey Frida, how are you? Yeah, I know it's bouncy. We definitely have to look for a rally before we jump in on anything. And we're already at target number three anyway. So I want to see it maybe in this box here between target number two and one, and then show me a short signal. Yeah, Samuel. I mean, if it Mondays, I learned to give the market a little bit more time for me to figure it out. So that ended up working out today. We took like two shorts, made money, and it's 11 o'clock, so we're pretty much done for the morning session. We are done for the morning session. All right, guys, that's it for me for today. Probably Tuesday and Wednesday we're gonna have a full session. Uh, Sometimes this week we'll have a full session. I have to actually end up leaving and taking care of some business, but hopefully you guys did well overall. Question on Apex: can Ninja Web Trader work on the as the platform? Like you wanna execute as long as it's connected to Apex server. Yeah, I mean, what trade copier do I use? I use let me see here. Here we go. I use Replicanto by Flowbots. That's the one I use. And I have 16 PAs. Actually, excuse me, 17 PAs. And I have I think 14. I have 14 evaluation accounts. So I have 17 PAs. It's from 7 to 36. I mean, they're not sequential. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 6, no, excuse me, 16. 16 PAs and yeah, thank you, Mr. Dev. Appreciate you, man. Plus, I have two personal accounts. That's one of them, Trader for Life, and the second one is I have not enabled it, but for today, but it's my personal account with Ninja Trader. So I have those two accounts, plus all these PAs, and I'm gonna roll more evaluations into PAs. I mean, if you put, I mean, you could go on boot mode with Mac and be able to use all this that you're seeing here, from Replicanto to Ninja Trader to all of that stuff. So, does it work on Mac? I gotta check for you. Just straight up on Mac without going into boot mode. Let me see. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say, AKU. So here you go, Mr. Dev. We'll get an answer from AKU for you. Parallel desktop app for Mac is the best one. Yeah, and thank you very much for your support, Mr. Dev. Appreciate you, man. And that's it for me, guys. Good day. Uh, we'll do this again. Key is read the market, use the tools, read the market, spend some time with the market first before you put your first trades, and go from there. See you guys tomorrow. We will do this again.